Hi, and welcome to the Unknown Secrets of SEO podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Friday, if you're watching, and whatever day if you're listening. Another great podcast on the way.
My name is Chris Burris, owner of eWebStyle.
And this is Paul Hansen, the sales manager at eWebStyle.
You can see we're right here in front of the SES Research logo. Maybe it's over here. Yeah. SES Research is the parent company of eWebStyle. It's a company that one of my business partners and I started in 91, so that's why the logo is actually here in our office. Kind of nostalgia stuff. We are actually carbon nanomaterial manufacturers. You can check out the website at sesres.com. It's a business that's still up and running, and now we're focused on search engine optimization. I think that's why they're here, right?
I hope so.
Yeah, that should be why you're here.
I hope you're not here to listen to my stupid jokes.
I've heard them. Yeah. Just turn it off.
Hope you're not here to be entertained. I'm not about to juggle.
Wait. Now you just said entertain, and we got a little another accolade that we'll have to throw out there. But hey, before we get started, we'd like to talk about briefly what we talked about last time. We did talk about great resources, SEO News, SEO-news.com. You know what? Today I actually brought the sheet of paper, but apparently we worked off of another sheet of paper. So I
was just thinking, man, I have short-term memory because I'm like, man, I have no idea what.
Are you telling me 7 days is short-term? I
Apparently.
think that's long-term.
Okay. So I'm like, man, what did we talk about? I don't even know.
Yeah, we're sure it was brilliant.
Yeah. I assume it was something to do with SEO.
SEO-ish.
Yeah, and getting on the first page of Google, and just go back and listen.
All right, so go back and listen. That would be podcast number 57. This is podcast number 58. You are listening to the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes. We actually got another review on iTunes. We'll cover that here in just a second. We love it when you stalk us, find us, track us, like us.
Email us.
Just don't kill us.
Yeah.
That'll
work.
Yeah.
That'll work. A lot to live for.
So you can email us at podcast@e-webstyle.com. You can stalk us at Twitter, twitter.com/ewebstyle. At the recommendation of one of our listeners, we actually, first off, the audio should be better because I'm remembering to switch to the good microphone instead of the crappy webcam microphone. And also, we have what is it called? Like a Facebook easy name or Facebook. There's some.
You said a Facebook URL?
Yeah. So it's facebook.com/ewebstyle.
There you go.
So we got
that's
Twitter,
Jaya.
eWebStyle. Jaya, that's right. Facebook, eWebStyle. You can also listen to this podcast. You can find us on iTunes, obviously. You can also find where we host is at Podomatic, so you can find that at ewebstyle.com/Podomatic. Or you could just go to our website, which we don't really send people to our website, do we?
I know. We should. e-webstyle.com. You can go to eWebStyle or e-webstyle.com. It'll take you to the same place.
And when you get there, click the SEO button, and then on the right, you'll see a little animation that has, that you can click and find our podcast and subscribe to our podcast. Although you're listening, so you may
probably found a way to subscribe.
Yeah, it's already happening.
No, somebody could have given it to them.
That's true. And also, you can actually find us, end up on our blog, and then listen directly from our blog. So if that happens to be you right now, go ahead and subscribe. And I think on our blog, there's usually, when you're listening, right above it or right below it, there's a place that you can click so that you can actually subscribe to the podcast. So make sure that you do stalk us and find us and refrain from killing us, because we have a lot to do here. We want to do news, or do we want to do review?
Let's do the review, then let's do the news.
All right, because this is awesome. Again, this is a simple process. You go to iTunes, you make an account, you create a review about us, you write it, you submit it, and then it shows up, and then we read it on air because we.
Awesome.
We're honored that people are taking the time to actually write reviews about us and to write good reviews. Don't surprise me. Yeah. It's the good reviews. And this one is from BSN Jedi.
There you go, BSN Jedi.
I love it. Yeah, the force is with you, my friend.
It's strong within you.
It's strong within you. Within you is strong.
The force.
The force. It is. Informative and fun. Real edutainment.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
thanks, Jedi.
That's what's up.
Created that is definitely what's up. A new word. Edutainment.
Edutainment. That's our goal. Edutainment. Having listened to the plethora of internet marketing podcasts out there, there's a whole lot of them.
There's a lot of crappy ones, too.
Yeah. We won't say any names. Rockstar. I can safely...
Because I was like, I'll say some names.
I can safely say this podcast is head and shoulders over other SEO shows. The guys are both informative with their expertise in the field and entertaining. This is one of the first podcasts I can listen to on my daily drive and not fall asleep at the wheel.
Wow. Hey, so we're keeping you alive, man. That's what's
We're
up.
the Red Bull of SEO. Yes.
Giving you wings.
We gotta add that. Give the Red Bull of SEO. The SEO tactics are put in plain English and are easy. We only know plain English.
Yeah, really.
Some people are complaining that it's an American English, but you know what? An American humor.
There you go.
American
That's my
humor.
man John out in West Australia.
And we are easy to digest. Bravo. I believe that's the equivalent of a standing ovation. Bravo.
That'll work. Thanks, man. Thanks, BSN being Jedi. I'm going to call you Jedi.
Jedi. That's
and
awesome.
Thanks to everyone who's put up a review, all the people that email us. My man Darren, I know you're out there listening. AJ, I know you're listening. We're out in Hawaii because he called me. So thanks to everybody that takes the time to do that.
That is really, that's awesome. The only reason we are the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes is because you guys listen. We really appreciate that. Yes, you can go and do an iTunes, or if you happen to be, the owner of a blog or something, put a little blog about us. We'd love to get some feedback that way. Let us know about it. We can link back to that review or link to your blog. Darren Bowie, when you get onto our Twitter account, twitter.com/eWebstyle, or you can just go directly to the Google Save Us. Twitter.com Google Save Us. So
I haven't followed him yet. I need to follow him.
So Darren has a way that Google could actually save the planet. The entire planet.
That is what's up, man.
That is.
If anybody else knows how to save the world, man, email us. Let us know.
We're looking for options.
Yeah.
And we'd like to, not
only
go
the Google route.
Maybe we can save the planet. All right, we got news. This is huge news. The iPhone G4 or 4G that was stolen. I am doing the air quotes. That was. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't stolen.
Lost.
It was found and lost and found in a bar. Jon Stewart on the John Daly Show, I guess, is on the Daily Show, did this hilarious little spoof. He's like, this is how it went. It was some tech dude going in to impress a chick with his 4G. He has one shot and starts throwing up all over the place. Drops his phone and leaves. Not heavy drinkers.
Oh, wow.
Guys, typically.
I think that's a little suspect.
Yeah.
I just felt that because if I had a multi-million-dollar piece of equipment in my hand, because that's what it's worth to that company, I probably wouldn't. I'd have
throw up, and leave it.
There you go. There you go. I'd have it tethered, to my ear. I wouldn't just. It would be on me at all times.
So if it's brand new technology, how hard would it be to put in? I don't know. A GPS. Oh, wait, it's already got GPS in it.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. My phone has that.
Maybe we could track it because it's new high-tech information, technology. And he goes to work on Monday and he says, I've lost my phone. And then they break down the door of the Gizmodo instead of having the police do it a couple months later. I don't know. A couple days later.
Yeah. The whole thing just sounded suspect. And, in case you kept up with it, Apple and AT&T supposedly are going to be parting ways this year after the contract is over. I've heard they're not going to renew it. So, hey, this is going to make Apple a ton of money. This press.
And Jon Stewart, he's like kind of imploring. He's like, Apple used to be the underdog. There was this old commercial of these guys staring at a screen and the old kind of Big Brother concept of indoctrination. And they throw a huge sledgehammer into the screen. I don't know if you saw it, you might remember it. This was back when Apple was first coming out with their very first desktop, And John was like, man, you used to be like against the man and the rogue, and now you're just the man.
Yeah, now you're just the
busting down doors with the police and come on, let it go. You know, it's a what's the bad part? Like, I mean, what is somebody going to copy the iPhone? I mean, isn't that the freaking goal now anyway?
Yeah, basically.
If you are a phone manufacturer, you want to copy and emulate the quality and value that iPhone gives. So now they're just got more value and quality to copy.
I bought a phone. I'm on Sprint as my carrier. I just got a new phone, the HTC Hero, and I got it because the interface works like the iPhone.
Yeah.
I got 7-8 pages I can scroll through on my home screen. I can add apps. That's why I got it. So, hey, kudos to you, Apple.
And then Johnny was finally like, if you're going to break down anybody's door, why don't you break down AT&T, who makes it so that you can't even use your iPhone as a phone?
Yeah. Use it for everything else but for cellular service.
Jon Stewart's pretty good.
Yeah, I think he's pretty funny.
A lot of stuff to emulate there. I got a little bit more news. Google prevails in a trademark case with Rosetta Stone. So this is the situation where Google is still very comfortable selling. Let's say you and I start a Spanish-speaking teaching course of some sort, and we say, you know what? Anytime somebody types in Rosetta Stone, we want our pay-per-click ad to show up.
Okay.
So Google is actually selling the trademark term of Rosetta Stone, right? Oh. And they have been. They're continuing to. There was another case by RescueCom.com who actually ended up dropping their suit. Rosetta Stone took it all the way to some court, and the court without even hearing it, dismissed it. So you can still go out and purchase Rosetta Stone or Ford or whatever these major brands are, and have your pay-per-click ad show up. I don't know how I feel about that.
So basically, if you ever sue Google, you'll lose basically because their pockets are deep, and that's basically it. Just don't. I mean, if you ever get into a conflict with Google, quit. That's pretty much it.
There's no reason.
I think that sucks because unless people start buying Paul Hansen, then I'm like, hell yeah, go ahead.
Well, we got to be careful. Someone might take unknown secrets of SEO.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Google probably will.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out. It was interesting because the CEO of Rosetta was like, oh, how odd is it that Rosetta shows up and there's 3 or 4 pay-per-click ads for different Rosetta Stone competitors, but you type Apple and only Apple comes up. Well, who else wants to go after the term Apple?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they're a closed network.
Dell is not going to have an someone's shopping for an Apple. Let's have our Dell computer.
Yeah, not even worth it.
That's true. That is true.
Well, Apple may display when somebody types in Dell or any other sort of thing because the whole conversion. But Apple's a closed network, so when you're buying stuff, you're buying it from Apple or AT&T.
That's true.
Except for some of the electronics, but Apple's such a broad term. I thought it was a ridiculous example. And finally in news, man beats Bejeweled 2. Take a guess.
That made the news.
Take a guess at how many hours it took. First off, they said they didn't think it could be done.
Okay, I'd say maybe 2 days, maybe 48 hours? Really? A week? How many?
2,200 hours.
Does he have a job?
That's 55 weeks. I did a quick little calculation. That's 55 40-hour weeks.
Did he win any money?
No. He's in the news.
So he gets to be on our podcast.
He's the man who beat Bejeweled 2. We don't even know his freaking name.
Oh, they didn't even put his name. Oh, man, that sucks. Well, hey, man, you know what? I was going to say he can go into a bar and be like, hey, baby. That's what I just did.
I beat Bejeweled 2. How long did that take? 2,200 hours later.
A year of work week.
And leave that phone as you're leaving. Because it looks like the G4.
Nerd.
In searching for news, I did a search for SEO news, and I came up with something that I thought was really worth discussing here. And we talk about in real estate, it's location. In SEO, it's keyword. And when you type in SEO news, what are you looking for?
I'm usually looking for SEO news, something that I can give to the people on the podcast.
Yeah, like news about SEO.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty self-evident. And because it kind of targets an industry where people manipulate, this would be the prime example of SEO people not providing a good experience to the Google user.
Yes.
Right? Because that's our only job. When I type in SEO news, it's flooded with SEO vendors making up their own news, and it's typically the information is similar to just our podcast. It's like, if you typed in SEO news and came across our podcast, yes, we have some news in it.
Yeah.
Yes, we have some SEO news even. Most of the time, it's just about how to do the process. It's not newsworthy. It's just the process.
Yeah.
So here is a bunch of people who are going after a keyword, who are improperly going after a keyword. First, from the perspective, it's not going to help them. There's no help.
Because they're looking for news.
Guess what I did when I went to each of those pages and realized there was no news?
Bounce.
I bounced.
Yeah.
Right? There's a classic example. You type in a keyword. What page does it take you to? Is there any relevant information for that keyword on that page? If there isn't, you are totally screwing up.
Yeah.
You're wasting your time and you're pissing me off.
and that's a great example. If you're listening, this applies to every industry, not just SEO news. For plumbers and doctors and writers, whatever. If people get to your website and they don't have the content if you're not, like Chris coined this term, creating a good Google user experience,
then you're just causing a bad Google user experience, and you're actually you're doing a disservice to Google, which I think eventually might get you bounced off of Google, right? Because Google, in their terms of service, clearly say that everything we do as SEO people is wrong.
You've read that? Wow. I need to get up on that.
I mean, they say you're not supposed to manipulate the results. Now, I was explaining to a client the other day, he kind of asked the relationship between Google and us. And I'm like, okay, well, Google says you can't manipulate the results. And then they go to like the SES conference.
Yeah, and SMX and all SES.
All of those. So they know and they support really what our goal is to provide a good experience to the Google user. And as long as we're doing that, Google doesn't really care. In fact, I don't even think they care if you cloak. Right? Yeah. I don't think they care if you show one thing to Google and good and the best information for those keywords to the user. I don't think they really care. If somebody reported them, they would probably do their due diligence and obligation and actually ban you. But I don't think they care.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not even sure that they even search for that because there's enough people out there reporting. Excuse me. If you type in kitty cats and end up on an adult website, Paul apparently will be happy.
I'm like,
that's a good experience.
There's a problem there.
I'm a Google user.
Like, I don't really get it. What's wrong with that?
In general, people aren't going to be too happy with that, and so that's a bad experience, and that will get you banned pretty quickly. I mean, that's kind of obvious. And here it is. SEO news is really kind of the same thing. There's not that much SEO news there, or the pages you're ending up on don't make it clear. Like, how can I find the latest stuff? Is Google changing their? What do I want? Is Google changing their algorithm? When's the last time they changed their algorithm? Is Bing acquiring Yahoo?
Mm-hmm.
Is Yahoo's CEO getting paid so much that Bing can afford to buy him?
Yeah.
Whatever, right? I don't want how to do SEO. I just typed in SEO news. I don't want, by the way, I happen to know how, that's why you're listening.
Yeah.
Also, that's not what I was looking for, right? I do go out there and I do look for what other people are publishing about how to do SEO, but that's like, SEO processes, SEO techniques, or SEO top 10, whatever it may be. It's not SEO news. So anybody out there who's listening who may have some influence with anybody who's on the first page for SEO news, give them a call and tell them, provide SEO news or get off the first page.
Yeah. Which then they'll probably say, all right, I'll start providing some SEO news.
Yeah. I mean, and how, it can't be that hard.
I mean, come on.
It's kind of hard for us to find SEO news because when you type SEO news, there's nothing there.
Nothing but SEO company.
You have some RSS feeds, right, that you subscribe to?
I get them directly to my desktop.
So I need to do that. You've been a little bit more.
I use it from the Google toolbar. All right, we got to answer a question. We got a question from a main man, AJ, out in Hawaii. AJ Neal, I believe is his last name. His website is computercornerhawaii.com. Computercornerhawaii.com. And if I remember correctly, I think is it pronounced Hawaii?
Hawaii, yeah, there's
if
a
you live there,
in between a V and a W.
Okay.
Hawaii.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna try that one. So my man AJ, Computer Corner Hawaii, he and some guys started a company. They used to work for a large company that folded, and then they got together, started their own company. We've been going back and forth a little bit, and he actually called in and answered this question. So AJ, this is for you. And he basically said, and I think anyone can really benefit from this. How much attention or weight should I give to websites or should I give to my PageRank? Should I give to Alexa? Should I give to Quantcast? Should I give to or ComScore? I just added AJ. I added ComScore if you hadn't heard of it. So I was like, hey, that's a great example. If you haven't heard of these companies, do your research, and I'm going to give you kind of a quick insight on it. And the general answer is not much. What I would tell you to focus on, I mean, they all have some value, but what I'd really tell you to focus on is
So what do those
PageRank.
websites typically do? What kind of information?
Okay, Quantcast.com basically gives statistics about your website. It is I have had a little experience with it, but I don't do it very much. But I've actually recently, and probably in about the past, since he emailed me this, I started doing some more research. Quantcast basically gives much more detailed information than Google Analytics. If you want to find out, you can attach some code to your website. You want to find out, okay, not just your location, but if you want to find out the sex, the race, the age, the salary of the people that are coming to your website, if they have any children, their traffic, how often they're coming back to your website, what other things that people of this demographic are doing, you can find that. Quantcast really is for marketers. So,
man, that's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Like Big Brother.
Yeah, bet.
So
it
as
really
I'm surfing,
is.
they know if I'm married and have kids.
And I was looking at that like, kids? How the hell do you know that? I mean, seriously, does my IP address tell you I got kids?
Make sure your webcam is off.
Yeah.
Wasn't there some school? There was some news about they handed out laptops to
and they
kids,
had webcams.
And they had webcams on
Mistake.
them, and they were actually taking pictures. And so far, there haven't been anything, problematic pictures so far. But
give it
that's a little bizarre.
Give it a couple months.
Yeah, that's crazy. So make sure your webcam's off while you're surfing.
Yes.
Quanticast is counting your kids.
Yes, they are. So Quantcast is really, and I'm gonna.
They must work with some sort of, we know that there are technologies out there that will track your progression.
Yes.
So somewhere you must have filled out a form at some point, and then now they're able to say, oh, I know that IP address has this many kids and this income.
From my experience, I was first introduced to Quantcast at a couple of years ago, and the best way that it was explained to me that Quantcast is basically for marketers, and it's a way for companies, let's say AT&T or Dell or Anheuser-Busch, they're going to do a large ad buy. And they want to know, hey, where are we going to put these ads, these display ads? Or if you say, hey, I want an AT&T ad on my website, these companies will they want to know your Quantcast numbers. They'll want to know your Quantcast and your ComScore, really. They want to say, hey, how much traffic are you getting? These two companies are like the industry standard for traffic. So they'll say, hey, show me your numbers, and they'll want to see either your Quantcast numbers or your ComScore numbers. And that's for, when these companies, the marketing departments are looking for a big ad buy. They want to see, okay, hey, I'm not going to put an ad on Joe Blow's website who gets 6 visits a week. We want to see someone who gets lots of traffic or whatever reason. So that's Quantcast. ComScore is something pretty similar. It's not free, but it does provide a lot of detailed information. They also rank the top, 1 million websites in the world. It's basically they capture search information just like Quantcast. It's a little bit different, not as detailed, but same thing. It's not free. You do have to pay for it. What else? Alexa. He asked about Alexa. How much attention should I pay to Alexa? In my opinion, none. That's what I'm going to say. I still have an Alexa toolbar on my computer because I'm too lazy to download the Google PageRank toolbar, which I will go do as soon as I get off of this. Alexa is a company and I just learned this the other day, yesterday actually. Alexa is actually a subsidy of Amazon.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They were a separate company. Amazon bought them a couple years ago. They're known for their toolbar, and basically it'll give you a score. They place a score on each web page, which is pretty similar to like Google PageRank. Here's the downside of the Alexa toolbar. And if this has changed, I don't know how much. The downside is that the Alexa toolbar only it only
tracks people who have the toolbar.
There you
installed.
go.
Yeah.
So, okay, if I have the toolbar and Chris doesn't have the toolbar, it's tracking what I'm doing, but it's not tracking what Chris is doing.
So there's an inherent skew for people who, one, are willing to download toolbars,
Yes.
which may alter the demographics some. For instance, probably Alexa has a better rank in Alexa than
within the
it would
Alexa
in
community.
general. Right, because how many people visit the Alexa website? Well, people who have the Alexa toolbar obviously know of it. Everyone else may not even know about it, so they're not visiting it. So it would skew things like Alexa, potentially Amazon or whatever.
And who downloads even a PageRank, Google PageRank toolbar and Alexa toolbar? Who downloads that? Computer nerds like us.
Yeah.
My mom has no idea what Alexa is.
Yeah.
She searches the internet. None of my friends.
Unless they were aggressively, trying to get the Yahoo bar on. Like
there you
there's
go.
a lot of places that do that. Then
people like us that are
skewed.
People like us that are in the industry, and nerds like you guys that listen to nerds like us on our podcast who are really trying to get their website.
Are you insulting our audience or complimenting? I think you're complimenting. Good.
Being a computer nerd is awesome. So it's a good tool, but it's just skewed because they only. Now, here's what I read. I actually read this today. They're saying we have expanded our community, our data to go outside of the Alexa toolbar community. That's pretty vague.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do that.
Yeah, exactly. So when it comes
to Alexa, it would have to be a partnership with some other toolbar company.
I'd have to say so. So I say Alexa, I don't really pay much attention, even though I still have it. I don't.
And where are you going to use these for, right? What is the real purpose? And frankly, the only reason to look at them is, a new client comes in and we want to just compare how he may rank compared to his competitors, right? So do we want to look at the competitors? Are they getting much traffic? Or, if somebody were to email us and send us a great, here's the most amazing SEO tool. You've got to buy this piece of software. It's amazing. And we go there and it's got 0 Alexa rank compared to some of the other tools that we use, then we know we're probably not going to use it because it's just a relative comparison. Beyond the relative comparison, it provides nothing. And PageRank is a per page. Alexa is a per website. So, if you've got one really popular page and the rest of your website is crap, then, and doesn't get in traffic, then Alexa is going to, may hold you high. And really it's only because they've got one piece of information or they've got, kitty cats that people are checking out. So, we don't use it. Other than just say, what's your relative? Oh, you know what? This one gets a lot more than this one. It's kind of neat to compare websites to like how much American Idol, right?
Okay.
Because we know it's popular. Do you get more or less traffic than American Idol or some of the other ones out there?
And the one reason that I like the Alexa, the one thing I think it does better than Google is that Alexa there's only one number per each website gets one number. There's no duplicates. Google with PageRank, from my understanding, I believe
it's per page.
You get there's only 10 numbers. Your Google PageRank goes from 0 to 10. 10 being the highest you could possibly get, 0 being the low. So if PaulHansen.com has a score of 5 and ChrisBurris.com has a score of 5, it's kind of tough to say.
There could be a lot of difference in traffic.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the one that's the one thing I think that Alexa does pretty well is they give every website gets one score. And then so you can kind of relatively judge, okay, well, Paul Hansen is at 1 million and Chris Burris is at 750,000. Okay, so we can kind of tell, all right, there is some difference there.
Why does it got to be you? You got to. Oh. Because you coined the phrase.
Yeah. Because I'm awesome?
Because that's what's up.
That's what's up. Oh, that is definitely what's up. So what I would do is, here's what I would pay attention to, AJ. PageRank. If you haven't downloaded you probably have. But I'm going to go ahead and make this be redundant. Download the PageRank toolbar. If you're listening out there, anyone, if you haven't downloaded, use the PageRank toolbar. It's an awesome toolbar. I've read a ton about it, never actually downloaded it. So I'm going to actually go download it now. I would definitely pay attention to your PageRank for each individual page. And if you're wondering what it is, PageRank is a system of ranking individual pages of your website. Google gives them score from 0 to 10 or 1 to whatever, 0 or 1 to 10. If you have a 0, get out of the business.
Yeah. Turn off your website. Or maybe turn it on.
Yeah, there you go. It's basically Google a way of saying how important, a relative your website is in Google's eyes. And you have a great, what is that analogy?
So if you were on a random website on the internet and you clicked a random link on that that web page, what is the likelihood of them ending up on your website? And that's going to be your kind of page rank for that
all
website.
The sites out there, what is the likelihood of you ending up on?
And so really it's saying, like, if every website on the internet had at least one link to our website, then our page rank would be pretty high, because there's a pretty good possibility from any random web page for you to get to our website from a random link on that random web page. So that's kind of what page rank is all about.
I got you. So what I would say is, out of Alexa and Quantcast and ComScore and PageRank and all these different things, what should you pay attention to? I would say first and foremost,
keywords.
There you go. Your keyword. I would definitely be using Google's PageRank. Alexa, really, if you want to. And I really wouldn't get into ComScore or Quantcast. I think that they both have great tools that you can use, but I wouldn't really get into looking at your ComScore score or your Quantcast, visitor numbers. Typically, when you get into like the top million sites, that's when it's probably going to be of most value to you. And people are looking to buy ads on your site, or you're looking to go or put ads on someone else's site. That's when I'd really look into it.
Or say you're debating between buying two web-based businesses, you would definitely want to look at those numbers.
Yeah,
right?
You definitely want to look at that. But to wrap this whole thing up, I'd say, why do you want to do any of this? Why do you want to look at any of the software, any of the analytics? Your number one goal is looking at your, what was the term I saw? Revenue metrics. Whatever metric it is that you use to determine how much revenue is coming in. Because basically, seriously, why do you want traffic? To generate some revenue. Why did you build a website in the first place? To make some money off of it, you know? Most likely, unless you just... No, seriously. Even blogs now. People monetize blogs these days.
Well, so we've got to, we talk about two things that people will make a website for. Reputation and credibility.
Okay.
Right? So that's if you're not really looking for your website to be any sort of lead generation or revenue. So, and it brings value to your business. Everything else
is money.
It's
seriously.
So leads or cash.
So if you're, whatever software you're using, you want to pay the most attention to what's called revenue, your revenue metrics. That's a term I read somewhere. And it's, what are those metrics that are important to you that can help you determine revenue? Is it, are your have you done it down, have you boiled it down to where you can tell every 10 Facebook friends you get a sale or something that. So those are the metrics, and they're going to be different for every single business, and only
every product potentially within the business.
Every product, and only you will know that. Well, let me take that back. Only you and your SEO or your SEO company, eWebStyle, can help you get those metrics down.
Understand those.
Yeah. So it's easy to get lost in Google Analytics. I tell clients this all the time. Look at your important ones. Don't spend...
Glance at the dashboard every now and
then. Exactly.
Yeah.
You could spend 8, 10, 12 hours a day on this stuff. So look at what's really important to you and, figure out what are those metrics that help bring revenue. Is it just traffic? Is it... Obviously, it's going to be your keywords. Whatever it is, just make sure you focus on that. Don't get caught up in all the other stuff. So, AJ, that's for you. That's for everyone out there. AJ at Computer Corner of Hawaii. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, give me a holler. Email us. We didn't give the email.
Podcast at e-webstyle.com. Info might have gotten to us also.
Someone did send info at podcast or at e-webstyle.com, and I don't think we ever gave it. So I assume they were just like, let me try info.
Yeah.
But it worked.
Excellent. All right. Well, great piece on the different tools for looking at your score and rank. And the bottom line is focus on your website, focus on the revenue metrics. And if you're confused about that, let us help you. You can reach us at 713-592-6724. That is a U.S. number. I don't
Country
know.
code 001.
Country code 001. All right. That is the end of our 58th podcast. You were listening to the most popular SEO podcast on iTunes. Until the next podcast, my name is Chris Burris.
And this is Paul Hansen.
Bye-bye for now.